it's funny. Shadow of the Sun is a departure in what I gravitate to as a storyteller. My bread and butter is thrillers, action, horror, and sci-fi. Very genre based. I've seen so many thrillers, good ones, bad ones, blockbusters, indies from India, from everywhere. Um, Anyways, I the next project that I have is an action horror set in the U.S.-Mexico border. It's actually based on a short film that I did that I actually shot right here in this living room where I'm sitting. Vince Sanchez Zambrano built a brothel, the hallway of a brothel set in the slums in Venezuela. And we did the whole thing. That's a whole nother story for another interview, but it was quite an adventure. Anyways, the feature film is called Demonica. It's a horror thriller. And then really everything else that's being pitched that I'm circling, that I'm being attached to is an action thriller, some very grounded sci-fi, which is what I love. And yeah, it's really making movies and getting into television as well. So we're pushing. Also, we already wrote a remake for The Shadow of the Sun, and really by request because there was certain producers and then Troy Couture who are interested in exploring the idea of a remake of these two brothers, but in the United States. So
Oh,
we already finished the script, and we're waiting for the movie to come out to push that project forward and see where it goes because we think it's a universal story that can happen to two brothers anywhere in Mexico and Brazil and Argentina and the US. And it's really relatable because everybody has a dream of some kind of dream, and most people to that dream have had a violent opposition and have had people say, "Don't do it, you're gonna starve to death," or "That's too hard," or and even so, you have to go and do it. So those are the kinds of things that I'm circling, and I'm really excited about them. Really excited because their story, even the genre stories, the ones that are horror. When I pitch it to people, people say like, "I don't watch horror, that I don't like that," and then I pitch it to them and I say, "But it's about these things and these themes and these characters," and then they go, "Okay." Maybe I'll watch that. I think that sounds better. Because horror also has um, a bad reputation, right? Of like, gore or slashers and there's really there's a whole gamut, a rainbow of colors within the horror genre. There's all these subgenres and these ways of getting into the plot and into the characters. People don't think that Jaws is a horror movie, but it is,
yeah.
or Jurassic Park, right? So even Silence of the Lambs, though people do sometimes think it's a horror movie, it's more a thriller, right? But it is a horror movie. So basically, for me, it's how do I grab supernatural or fantasy horror and I compare it and I bring it to the same level of real life horror. And then within that vehicle, how do I tell a story about characters that have to do something that's impossible and make it happen and make miracles happen, literal miracles happen? And how do they forgive themselves? What's redemption? What's family? What's sacrifice? And what is faith? Faith in ourselves, right? So, anyways, all those things I'm super excited about, but they're a big departure from Shadow of the Sun.